Why you should care about rising interest rates. Hi, I am Kimberly. I'm a realtor and resident in Cypress, California and Orange County. And today we are talking interest rates. So rates have gone from around the 3% range at the end of 2021 to now 5 to 5.25. And we are in the beginning of May. Not only that, but there are several Fed meetings that are planned, and we are all expecting more rises in interest rates. So what does that mean for you? Well, it depends. Are you a seller? If you're a seller, then rising interest rates mean that a lot of buyers are going to be priced out. So how much is your house selling for? See, a fluctuation from 3 to 5% is about $120 on every $100,000 financed. So if they're having to finance $800,000, that's almost $1,000 more per month that they are having to come up with to now afford the same home at the same price that they could have gotten for $1,000 less per month last year. Now, right now, it's not making that big of a difference due to the fact that there's still not a lot of homes on the market. So if you were in this price range, you're down to here. If you were here, you're down to here, but there's still really not a lot of houses in any price range. So now is still a really good time to sell because there's not a lot of competition. So if you have been debating about whether to put your house on the market or not, the sooner the better, because rates are forecasted in going up more. Now you probably know from when you bought your house, if it was a while ago, that 5% is really an excellent rate. But that is due to the fact of the 3% that was in play prior. You have all that equity because at 3%, oh my gosh, buyers could afford so much. So they're like, yeah, I'll pay $100,000 over. I'll pay $50,000 over, that's fine. But now that $100,000, $50,000 is costing them even more. So I predict we're going to stop seeing these outrageous overbids and really even as many bids on one house. So now more than ever, it is very, very important to have your house priced at market value. If you want to see comparables in your neighborhood, I would be glad to send you something. Don't rely on Zestimates for the value of your house. Okay, now let's talk buyers. Buyers, obviously, you know, with the rising interest rates, you might have gotten knocked out of your price range, but it is supposed to get worse. So my recommendation, talk to your lender about locking in your loan now. A lot of lenders are doing rate locks prior to being in contract. So if you can get your rate locked now, some of it do it while you shop for a few months, some have up to a year programs. Get it locked in now because most of them will go down once. So like if you're like ready to buy your house and get in contract and the rates have actually gone down, fantastic, they'll lock you in at that rate. But it'll keep you safe if the interest rates start going up as everyone's predicted, because I think it's going to get to a point, honestly, where it's going to go up and everybody's buying range is going to go down so much that the prices of housing is going to have to stabilize, if not maybe come down a little. I'm really hesitant on the price of houses coming down just because there's no houses for sale. So without any houses for sale and with all these buyers, I mean, it's just supply and demand. It's simple economics. You have one house and 20 people who want it, generally the price of that house does not go down. Now, like I said, I don't think it'll go up much because these people can't afford that, but price of the houses going down will happen if a bunch of houses flood the market. Now, the good news is you're probably not bidding against as many people anymore and not having to go so far over. All my buyers used to just assume that they would have to offer at least 5, 10, 15, 50,000 over asking price at any house because they were bidding against 10 to 20 different people. But I think the bidding wars, well, they have already slowed down and hopefully will do so more to where, you know, we might get a couple of bids on a house, but they're reasonable and within range, and houses actually go for their market value. Now that's the thing that affects sellers and buyers, because what happens is when a house gets on the market for market value, let's say that this house that I'm at, like I'm holding an open house right now. This house is 1.3 million, so I don't know if it's a good example, but it's 1.3 million because that's what the houses this size in this area have been selling for. But let's say that I sell it for 1.4 million. Like there's a bidding war and the price goes up. So now 1.4 million is the new comp for the neighborhood. So then the next house that goes on market, the market value will be 1.4 million. And that's why we've seen such a jump in so many homes so quickly. Because once somebody bids for a house and it goes under contract and sells, that is now the new market value. So that has really contributed to the rising prices we've seen throughout. So buyers, the sooner you buy, I think the better. If you can lock in your rate, great. If not, if your lender won't lock in your rate, if you don't want to leave them, I totally understand, but I do know lenders that will. So reach out, DM me, whatever. I can get you a lender that'll lock in that rate in 50 different states. So not a problem there if you don't live in Orange County or Southern California. And if you are out there having a hard time, watch some of my other videos. I'll link one up next about how to get your offer accepted, because there are still people that are bidding multiple bids on houses, especially if you're entry level. If you're entry level, we are still seeing a lot of multiple bids coming in and prices going over right now. So sellers, right now I'm seeing that. Whether we'll see it in summer or not, I don't know. If you made it this far, remember, you're gonna contact me, buyers, if you need a lender who will lock in the rate, and sellers if you wanna go ahead and get comparable sales in your neighborhood. Good luck out there.